Stay tuned to meet one of America's top trial lawyers, Genie Harrison.
Welcome to the YouTube channel of Michael J. Swanson. Michael is the author of How David Beats Goliath and is the CEO of Advocate Capital. And now, here's Michael.
Employment lawyer Genie Harrison is widely recognized as a fierce advocate for victims of all forms of sexual assault, sexual abuse, sexual harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. Genie gives of her time and expertise generously each year, teaching litigation and trial skills to other lawyers through her volunteer work on boards and committees of various trial organizations, and through publishing articles locally and nationally. Genie is currently the first vice president of the Consumer Attorneys Association of Los Angeles' Executive Committee, the nation's largest local association of plaintiff trial lawyers, and will serve as the organization's fifth female president in 2021. And now, here's Genie. Hi, Genie. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Mike. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
You bet. I know how busy you are, and I really appreciate you taking time out from serving your clients to share with us some information I think is really important right now and quite timely as well. So if someone is watching this and they think they're being sexually harassed, maybe at work or otherwise, what should they do?
Mike, I'm really glad you asked that question because it's a question I hear often from my potential clients, and I really want to address it because what people who are being victimized, who feel like they're being victimized at work need to do is they really need to basically take a log, write down for themselves what is going on. So essentially like a chronological detail of what's happening, because as we go through trauma, our brains sort of flatten the experience, and our brains don't normally just respond to questions. What happened first? What happened second? What happened third? It's just not the way our brains organize information. But the chronology of the events and trying to remember everything in as much detail as possible is crucial to credibility for those victims on a going forward basis, and to allow lawyers like myself to be able to represent them as vigorously and effectively as possible. The details about what's happening is really what convinces jurors that, this is probably, these accusations are probably truthful. So first, keep a log. Keep all of the evidence that would be things like, texts, emails, if there are photographs being sent to you, even if it comes over Snapchat or something like that, which is happening often in the workplace in terms of sexual harassment, then take a screenshot of that, I tell victims. And so keep all of that information so that we can prove these things were occurring. Different states have different laws about whether or not you can record what's going on without the other person's authorization or permission. So don't just automatically decide, I'm going to go ahead and record. Consult with an attorney in your state and figure out, is this something that I can do or is it not? Be very careful about that, right? Also, it's incumbent, it's I would say really important to, at the very least, talk to a lawyer about whether or not you feel, as a victim, you feel comfortable coming forward to report what's going on to HR or to the head of the organization. Sometimes it's the boss who's doing the sexual harassing. But, really I've been doing this for 26 years, and there are circumstances where I've helped a client come forward and report where she didn't think it was possible, and that she thought she'd be immediately terminated. But as we went through the process of reporting, the company handled it very, very well. And then, it was clear that what she was claiming did happen because we had the proof. And then the bad person got fired. The company took the appropriate action, and she got to keep her job. And so that's the ideal, right? It would be great if the last case in my career walked through my door, because that would mean that there's no more sexual harassment. That hasn't happened yet. So there are times also where, the employer doesn't respond well. And we as attorneys definitely help walk the victims through that to make sure that they're protecting themselves as much as possible and they know what all of their options are. So document, talk to a lawyer, report, get help, get therapy. That's really important. The worst thing we can do is keep these things bottled up inside. I think that the perpetrator's stock in trade is fear, shame, embarrassment, threats, and all of those things. And so the way we neutralize that, even though it's the scariest thing, but the way we neutralize that is by talking about it and reporting it, and then also getting help as we're going through the process. That will, there's nothing, literally, nobody can just tell you, oh, you're going to be fine now as a victim. You have to go through the actual process of talking about what happened to you and, being able to express that as many times as you need to until you're actually able to move forward. So those are the things that I really tell people to do when they feel like they're being sexually harassed. And the other thing I want to say is that if you feel like you're being sexually harassed, you probably are. And so if it feels wrong and if you're feeling taken advantage of, then you are being taken advantage of. So let's then take action and figure out how we can try to stop this and take care of you.
Awesome. Well, Genie, someone watching this feels that way, and they're nodding their head as they're listening to you right now. Would you be willing to speak to someone, even if they're not in your state? Obviously, you're California. You said to hire an attorney in your state, but I think they might want to reach out to you. Would you be willing to speak with them?
Well, it does happen that people from other states do reach out to our law firm, and we do our best to help them understand what their rights are. We have a lot of resources on our website too, to help explain to people what to do and how to take care of themselves. And then when people call in, even from other states, we do our best to assist them in understanding what they need to do to take care of themselves. And then if possible, we'll try to give them some options in terms of other attorneys that they could potentially contact who can practice law in their state.
And if they call you, do you charge them?
No.
Okay.
No, we don't charge people who call us. We take care of people who call us, and we try to help them through their urgent issues today.
Thanks again for joining us today. Very, very helpful information.
You bet. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks for watching. Send your questions or comments to Michael at mike@howdavidbeatsgoliath.com.